What you got, what you need, everything's gonna crash and break. What you got, what you want, what you need, can I be your savior? Everything's gonna crash and break, but I know, yeah I know. What you got, what you want, what you need, gonna be your savior. Everything's gonna crash and break, your savior.
Hey everybody, it's Masterath here, and welcome to Masterath's Robot Wars Legends, episode number 60. We're finally here at this big milestone, and we have got some amazing battles coming up for you in this week's episode. Setting up, well, some interesting stuff for next week, but also a lot of episodes after. So let's begin with our episode 60 battle card. And we're kicking off with the return of the Wildcard Warriors, and the return of one of the worst robots in MRW history. Crapbot is back, but this time with a brand new robot, Crapbot 2021, but still playing the role as the veteran against the very devastating looking new blood, Carnation. And then it's the return of our Champion of Champions from last week, with battles 4 to 6 being in this episode. Kicking off with our round 1 battle of Exodus versus AK1, and then Impact versus Dragoo. And then the MRW Tag Team Championships are on the line, with Plasma and Adema, the current MRW Tag Team Champions, taking on the number 1 contenders, Flashfire and Isolda, who beat Zero and Red Dawn last week to earn this opportunity. And then the final spot in the Legends Annihilator is going to be filled by one of these 3 robots, Ball and Chain, Ozone, and former Legends Champion DF2. The winner takes the final spot in the Legends Annihilator, and I can happily announce that the Legends Annihilator will be taking place next week on Legends. And then our 6th match in the first round of the MRW Champion of Champions 2021 tournament, as Diamondstorm and Demon Horns have been drawn together again to end their trilogy, both currently with a win apiece for who is going to win their trilogy of battles and who is going to go through to the quarterfinals. And last but not least, the Judgement Championship is in the main event this week, with Arrowhead 2, the current Judgement Champion, taking on the number 1 contender, Masak. But first off, it's Crapbot 2021 versus Carnation.
Introducing Crapbot 2021.
And the robot to kick off episode number 60 of MRW Legends, it's the return of Crapbot. Crapbot 2021. A newly designed robot which, well, looks about as impressive as the original, armed with a front spike, but has certainly a lot more weaknesses than strengths, if it has any strengths to begin with. Its weaponry isn't that impressive, its armor is made of paper, it's slow and sluggish, has no Shrimek, you get the idea. But this robot is playing the veteran in this Wildcard Warriors.
And introducing its opponent, Carnation.
And its opponent in the Wildcard Warriors making its debut here on this landmark episode of Legends, the very impressive looking Carnation. This robot is making milestones already, being the first robot in MRW history to be armed with a horizontal spinning bar. Not only a spinning bar, but a motorized spinning bar, allowing the spinner to get up to top speeds in just over a second to destroy its opponents. It does have no Shrimek, and the ground clearance at the rear is incredibly high, but to do that you have to get past that massive area that the spinning bar covers. There's certainly nothing delicate about this flower.
Roboteers, stand by. 3, 2, 1, activate.
And here we go, the debut of Carnation! Oh, and immediately goes in with that spinning bar, and Crapbot is just being, well, destroyed already. That's a good start, I guess, for Crapbot. Its armor is made of paper, which is probably not a good idea. Probably worse than what it was before, but it is pretty heavy, so I guess there's that going for it. Carnation, obviously the first robot in MRW history to be equipped with a horizontal spinning bar like this, with some spikes on the end to cause extra damage, and ouch. Oh! Again, Carnation comes in, and Crapbot just not doing much right now. And I think there is the first puncture into the very frail armor of Crapbot 2021 here. And Carnation off to a good start here, but Crapbot's still moving, as is Carnation. Carnation moving about. Its maneuverability isn't amazing, Carnation, but its power certainly is. Look at that from the spinner. Into White Lightning CPZ now. White Lightning getting the axe in to Crapbot 2021. I think he got spiked again. He has been spiked again by White Lightning here. And White Lightning just lifts up Crapbot 2021 like it was nothing. Because it pretty much is, let's be honest, it's Crapbot, remember? So no one is surprised by that. Not even sure if it looks more impressive than the previous Crapbot, but it's probably about as effective. Big hit coming in there from Carnation. Oh! Big shot onto White Lightning there from Carnation. Look at that. White Lightning sent flying a little bit. Carnation maybe scaring the House Robot White Lightning, and why not? Crapbot hasn't moved much at all in this entire battle. Carnation just dominating right now with those spikes at the end of the spinner. At the front there, Crapbot hasn't really moved much. I was expecting a bit more damage from Carnation, and Carnation at the moment just playing about with Crapbot right now. Big hit there on Crapbot 2021 by Carnation, but something I think might be wrong with that weaponry. It has spiked into Crapbot again. Seems like they've got a bit jammed there. Bill trying to separate the two. I don't think you're going to have much luck, Bill. You're terrible. Maybe he's ordered Bolgannon to separate the two. Well done, Bolgannon there. And Carnation going to come in again. That's a big hit. Spinning Crapbot all the way around. And again, they have gotten stuck. Carnation able to free itself, though. And goes in for another couple of hits. Crapbot has not moved in probably about a minute. Bill should really count out Crapbot. Crapbot has not moved at all. I think Bill's telling Carnation to back off, and there's the count finally on Crapbot 2021, and Carnation is going to win its debut match here on Legends. But, well, I was expecting more from Carnation, honestly. Carnation comes in, Crapbot counted out. The House Rollers now coming in for a feast, as they like to do. Carnation just letting it happen right now. White Lightning comes in with that double-headed axe. And I think trying to punch it in to the very easy armor, the very simple armor there of Crapbot. Oh, and Carnation comes in onto Bolgannon's tail. Well, look at that. Carnation coming in. But I think those spikes at the end have been dislodged slightly. I think, and it's not having the power that it did at the start. Maybe some improvements are needed for Carnation, but still a very impressive debut. You can see the side of Crapbot has been sort of torn away, you could say. Bolgannon presses the pit release button. Carnation looks like it's charging up for another attack on Crapbot, and a big hit there from Carnation. Yeah, those spikes have certainly become dislodged, so it's essentially not as powerful. They're going to certainly need to sort that out, I think, for Carnation's next match here in Legends. But that is a very impressive debut, as Carnation has been caught again and finally pits Crapbot 2021. Carnation, an impressive debut, but I think a lot is required to make Carnation even better. I'm sure the team will be able to do that at some point. Carnation, the winner of this Wildcard Warriors.
Cease.
Well, Carnation, a very, very good performance there. But those spikes certainly could, they've certainly been dislodged. So, certainly some time needed to repair Carnation there. But I'm sure they will be back for the next, whatever match they're going to have next on Legends. But now it's time for our fourth Champion of Champions Round 1 battle. And it is Exodus versus the former Judgement Champion, AK1.
Introducing Exodus.
And first up, it's the powerful front flipper, Exodus. A former MRW Tag Team Champion with Ensign, but with its new partner Leviticus, was not able to get the job done a couple of weeks ago. In fact, it was that tag team victory with Ensign that allowed it entry into this tournament. And this robot does have pedigree as being a Champion of Champions, as it is a former New Blood Champion of Champions, where it reigned before losing that title to Onis.
And introducing its opponent, AK1.
And here is AK1, who won this opportunity to compete in the Champion of Champions by winning the MRW Judgement Championship at the 15th anniversary special back in 2015. The robot was recently rebuilt a couple of weeks ago and went on to lose its first title defense of the MRW Judgement Championship, losing the title to Arrowhead 2. Hopefully the team have sorted out all the kinks this time and the robot can run well in this Champion of Champions first round battle.
Roboteers, stand by. 3, 2, 1, activate.
And here we go, match 2 of episode 60 here of Legends. We're nearly at the halfway mark of the first round of the Champion of Champions tournament. AK1, former Judgement Champion. Exodus, former Tag Team Champion. With Ensign that we saw last week being defeated very handily by Crush Syndrome. But at the moment, Exodus looking like it's in control here against AK1. AK1's going to need to get into essentially the back of Exodus. That is Exodus's weak point. And I wonder how the flipper works for AK1. It is working right now. Is that flipper working probably better than it did in its Judgment title defense against Arrowhead 2, where it lost the Judgment Championship? AK1 certainly working better this time round. But Exodus gets the flip in. And AK1 able to right itself on its side, remember? So it's a very difficult robot to try and take out, but obviously Arrowhead 2 is probably the blueprint for that when it beat AK1 for the Judgment Championship a few weeks ago. But AK1 currently pushing, and Exodus has gotten caught! Exodus has gotten caught in AK1's flipper, and that might be all she wrote right there. Pit buttons going down, AK1 not taking any chances. Here with the former New Blood Champion, AK1's got Exodus over the pit, just trying to release, and there it is, Exodus defeated, pitted by AK1 in a very quick match. AK1 through to the Champion of Champions quarterfinals.
Cease.
Well, AK1 with a very good performance there. I don't think that anyone could deny that. AK1, strategy put involved in this one, beats Exodus and goes through to the Champion of Champions quarterfinals. And speaking of the Champion of Champions, it's now time for our 5th of 8 first round battles in the Champion of Champions. It's 2 former Legends champions going at it as Impact battles Dragoo.
Introducing Impact.
And here is Impact, the record-breaking 3-time MRW Judgement Champion. It is also a former Legends champion after defeating DF2 in the last series of Legends. That allowed it to gain entry into this tournament. It's a very powerful pushing robot and a former grand finalist. Maybe the robot base is too low for its opponent today. If that's the case, Impact might have a cakewalk in this match.
And introducing its opponent, Dragoo.
And here is its opponent, the most destructive robot in MRW history. It's the full-body spinner, Dragoo. Dragoo not only won Series 9, but also won the MRW Legends Championship, snapping Diamondstorm's first title reign at 7 days only. That single Legends Championship reign went on to be the longest at the time, at over 400 days as champion. That and the Series 9 Championship allowed Dragoo to gain entry into this tournament.
Roboteers, stand by. 3, 2, 1, activate.
And here we go, match 5 of 8 in the Champion of Champions. Dragoo, the full body spinner, Series 9 champion, former Legends champion. Impact, also a former Legends champion, and record-breaking 3-time Judgement champion here. 2 very good robots here battling it out for the shot at the quarterfinals. Dragoo getting some hits in on Impact. It's a low robot, but that self-riding arm is up. And, well, Impact very lightweight and can go flying from that spinner. The Dragoo has, and immediately there is a big shot there from Dragoo. But Impact staying in it right now, I'd say. Dragoo trying to get some big damage in on Impact, but Impact able to weather the storm at the moment. But some hits on that self-riding arm. Oh! And a couple of big hits by Dragoo. And Impact having trouble righting itself. Dragoo staying in at the moment. Impact still, there you go. Finally, Impact back on its wheels. But I think damage has already been caused to that self-riding arm of Impact, and that could cause problems. If Dragoo can get a good shot in, they look like that. Right into White Lightning CBZ. White Lightning didn't really do much there. I think it's had enough spinners for one day. After Carnation in the first match. Impact still trying to maybe push Dragoo into a House Robot CBZ or maybe the sidewall. At the moment, that's probably Impact's best shout so far. And has stopped the weapon of Dragoo and shoves Dragoo into the sidewall. Dragoo using its 360-degree killing zone to escape and gets more damage in on Impact. Dragoo at the moment spinning up to speed! And a big hit on Impact there! And Impact trying to right itself at the moment. Oh, White Lightning! Oh, no! Okay, White Lightning took a massive hit there and sent like a third of the way across the arena. He's not liking that. Dragoo lifted itself up. It knocked itself into the sidewall and has toppled it. But there's no movement in Impact either. And I'm wondering who is going to get... I mean, if Impact's not self-riding, Dragoo can't self-right. I think Impact's self-riding arm has pretty much been destroyed. It's not working anymore. It's not moving. White Lightning comes in onto the bottom of Dragoo, onto that bottom end of Dragoo. Bill's coming in, and he needs to count someone out here. Honestly, Impact was immobilized first here, so Bill really should count out Impact. And Bill, I think, is going to, yes! That is the right call from Bill. Impact was immobilized for a couple of seconds before Dragoo lifted itself up and over with the sidewall. And Impact is going to get counted out. Well, a big victory there for Dragoo, but again, the uncontrollableness of Dragoo there. Impact now back on its wheels, showing it's still working, but Volganon may put a stop to that. Pit button has been activated. White Lightning still having fun with Dragoo there, I think, after the damage done by Dragoo to White Lightning and Impact in the pit. And I think Dragoo might follow it. White Lightning and Volganon having fun at the moment with the former series champion. It's not very often they get to try and deal some damage to Dragoo. But Volganon is going to push Dragoo into the pit as well. But Dragoo through to the Champion of Champions quarterfinals. This is how it happened. A big hit from Dragoo there with that full body spinner. And then it hit White Lightning. Big shot and then lifted itself up and over. But Dragoo was still working when Impact was flipped up. So Impact counted out first. Dragoo, the winner.
Cease.
Well, a very good match there. Dragoo, very good damage on Impact. Was able to disable Impact's self-riding arm to prevent it from righting itself. And then Dragoo, well, lifted itself up and over as well in typical Dragoo fashion. But survived long enough to beat Impact and go through to the Champion of Champions quarterfinals. And now it's time, speaking of champions, it's our Tag Team Championship match. It's the reigning champions, Plasma and Adema, taking on the #1 contenders, Isolda and Flashfire.
Introducing Tag Team #1, Flashfire.
And here is the first half of the challengers for the MRW Tag Team Championship. It's former Tag Team Champion Flashfire. A very well-controlled robot with a front-lifting arm, allowing it to cause problems to even some of the best of robots, as it showed last week by giving 2 Series 10 Grand Finalists problems, before being flipped out of the arena by Red Dawn. We will certainly be seeing more of this robot in the future of Legends, particularly next week, as it has punched its card to the MRW 2021 Legends Annihilator.
And introducing its tag team partner, Isolda.
And Flashfire's tag team partner, the cleanup crew, Isolda. Isolda currently has not won anything here in MRW, but has been incredibly impressive, especially in MRW Series 10, where it made it all the way to the semi-finals in its debut series. The actual power on that rear flipper is incredibly underestimated, allowing it to catch robots off guard and flip them straight out of the arena, as it has done in previous episodes of this series.
Introducing Tag Team number 2. One half of the Masterath Robot Wars Tag Team Champions, Plasma.
And here is the first half of the MRW Tag Team Champions, it's Plasma. Armed with an incredibly powerful front hinge flipper that has already gotten itself and out of the arena in this series of Legends. This robot is a 3-time MRW Tag Team Champion, but didn't really have to do anything to win that 3rd title. That was all done by its very impressive tag team partner.
And introducing its tag team partner, one half of the Masterath Robot Wars Tag Team Champions, Adema.
And here is its tag team partner and fellow tag team champion and fellow 3-time MRW tag team champion, Adema. Adema went on a run of 4 consecutive victories here in this series of Legends before it was humbled in the main event of the last episode, being the first robot eliminated by Diamondstorm for the Legends Championship. But the team are going to have to forget that embarrassment and focus on defending the tag team championships here and using that incredibly powerful front flipper to good effect.
Roboteers, stand by. 3, 2, 1, activate.
And here we go, the Tag Team Championships are on the line. 4 very favoured robots here, 2 very favoured teams, Isolda and Flashfire, the number 1 contenders, Adema and Plasma, the Tag Team Champions. Adema was undefeated throughout this entire series of Legends before it lost in the main event last week on Legends and was flipped out in very quick fashion by Legends champion Diamondstorm. The tag has been made by Adema and Plasma now with that very powerful that very powerful front hinge flipper there. Isolda with the front lifting arm, or I guess the rear lifting arm, but they've usually gone from the rear here. Of Isolda. Tag made, and Flashfire now with the front lifting arm here onto Plasma. Good showcase here of all 4 of these robots so far in this match. Flashfire with that lifting arm gets Plasma onto its side, but too close to the sidewall and Plasma able to right itself. Adema finally getting back into the corner there. And Plasma righting itself very well, very easily there. Oh, and completely turning turtle there is Flashfire. Flashfire nearly out of the arena. Very close. Flashfire does right itself. It's just an amazing battle here at the moment with 4 flippers right now. And, you know, especially when it came to Series 10, the flipper dominated MRW. And, you know, that's a trend that has carried on for a while here. Obviously, we're seeing a lot of new bloods coming in which are not flippers, but are incredibly dangerous in other areas. Tag made to Flashfire, and Plasma right now is just staying in it right now. I mean, the moment they haven't made the other tag in to Adema as of yet, but Flashfire is in trouble with Plasma. Plasma getting the flip in here, but Isolda, I think, has made the tag. And has. Plasma getting the side of Isolda and rolling it. Rolling the big robot Isolda. Isolda rights itself with that lifting arm and a big toss right into the air there on Plasma. But Plasma gaining the advantage quickly. Isolda righting itself quickly as well. This has been a good match so far, and we were only a couple of minutes in. This one could go on for bloody ages with these 4, honestly. Well, maybe until Adema or Isolda comes in and gets some big shots in. But right now, it looks like the Flashfire and Isolda, they've got Plasma in the corner there. And Plasma is getting bullied by these 2. Similar strategies to what they did last week. And Adema's had enough. And Adema comes in and flips Isolda there. Oh, Isolda's so close to going out. No, Isolda. Luckily, that self-rolling arm was there, but he was essentially perched onto that sidewall, but was able to right itself. Bill's going to have to come in to restore order here. Maybe a disqualification. That would be such a shame if this match ends in a disqualification. Here, Bill telling Adema to get back into his own corner there. And it looks like that it's Plasma and Isolda that are legal in this match. Flashfire having to stay there, and Bill has restored order. Well done, Bill. Yeah, well, maybe we'll give you a pay rise of an extra pint of Guinness or something. Who knows? I don't know if we can actually try and find some at the moment. Anyway, so Isolda coming in again on Plasma. Plasma, I think, really needs to tag out. Plasma's been there for a while, and Isolda is now, I think, getting in control. You can see that Plasma's flipper, I don't think Plasma's flipper has got enough power left in it, and Isolda trying to push, if anything, push Plasma out the arena. But that's not happening right now. Plasma, with that spring-loaded front flipper, as I said, the most powerful reverse flipper in MRW. Oh! And a good strategy there from Plasma, trying to pit Isolda, but Isolda not having any of it. Plasma, still in it right now, and still getting flips in on Isolda. And Isolda in trouble, but does get back in it and breathes again. But for how long? Because Plasma has got a second win right now. And now Bolganon going in there. And finally the tag is made. And Adema is in. And Adema, oh! Adema! Come on! Stop flipping up Bolganon, will you? Oh, Bolganon's in the pit. Well, Bolganon has gone in to the pit there. I don't think anyone's going to be pitted with that massive bulk in there. A flip from Adema there. And out. Well, Bolganon's been pitted. Adema with that very powerful front flipper, though. Both are all trying to self-right. Oh, so close. Was Isolda to going in? And Adema as well. So close to going in, but able to right itself. And Adema getting the flipper in at the moment on Isolda. It's been a long match this has so far. Jeez, like 5 minutes already. And no one's been eliminated yet. Adema trying to flip out Isolda. But Isolda staying in it for the time being now. Adema getting into those weak sides that we mentioned about when it comes to Isolda. Isolda able to get away, and the tag has been made. Flashfire now in. God, this is a long match so far here. Adema lifted twice, but self-rights both times. And Flashfire now could have problems with a massive flipper here of Adema. Big hit by Adema. Flashfire trying to right itself, but can't. And Adema launches Flashfire onto the drop zone. Flashfire quickly away and quickly out of the arena. And one elimination has finally happened, and it's one of the challengers. Flashfire has gone, and Isolda now has to come in and beat both of the tag team champions. But I don't know if that's going to happen here. Adema on a roll right now, and now Isolda is in the opposing team's corner. Able to get away quickly. Plasma can attack it from there, you could say, with that. But Adema with the flips in right now. Oh no! Oh! Very cheeky there from Isolda. But Isolda was in the pit, pretty much, and self-righted off of Bolganon's shell. And I guess is still in this match right now. Was able to get out of the pit right there. Big lift there. Missed. Whiff and missed from Isolda, but Isolda's so close to the pit. Plasma's got it, and Plasma and Adema are still the MRW Tag Team Champions. Look at that from Plasma, and Isolda finally pitted in a very, very intense tag team match. Adema and Plasma still the MRW Tag Team Champions.
Cease.
Wow, what a long match that was. Nearly 7 minutes of action there. Remember, in MRW, we don't have any judges' decisions or timers. No, we've just got, you got to keep going until you lose. And that's exactly what happened. And it looks like Endurance won the day for Adema and Plasma. They are still the MRW Tag Team Champions. And now it's time for our next match here on episode 60 of Legends. It is our final Legends Annihilator Qualifiers. The winner going through to the Legends Annihilator next week with Ultimate Challenge legend Ozone, former MRW Legends Champion DF2, and the first and only Clusterbot in MRW history, Ball and Chain.
Introducing entrant number 1, Ball and Chain.
And here is the first robot entered into the final Legends Annihilator Qualifiers, the only Clusterbot in MRW, Ball and Chain. Comprised of 2 robots, Ball is a robot which has no weaponries, but essentially there to distract opponents. The other robot, Chain, on the other hand, has a swinging mace that can cause some pretty decent damage. Both robots have no Shriek, but they do have the Clusterbot rules on their side when it comes to battles, as both parts of the Clusterbot have to be eliminated before Ball and Chain is out of a contest.
Introducing entrant number 2, Ozone.
Next up in this Annihilator is the legendary Ultimate Challenge Specialist, Ozone. This former quarter-finalist holds the record for the most amount of victories in the MRW Ultimate Challenge with 4 wins. This low robot is armed with a front flipper, but is incredibly lightweight. This robot could be one of the more outdated robots in MRW, as most of its great successes, like that quarterfinal, happened in the first few series of MRW.
Introducing entrant number 3, DF2.
And last up, it's former Legends Champion, DF2. This pusher won the MRW Legends Championship in the last series of MRW Legends, upsetting Dragoo to win that title. And it got that opportunity by winning the 2011 Christmas Feast match in the Legends Series 5 Christmas Special. It's a great pusher with very low ground clearance, but does have no Shrimek, which has knocked it out of a lot of heat finals.
Roboteers, stand by. 3, 2, 1. Activate.
Who is going to fill the final spot in the Legends Annihilator next week? Ball and chain splitting quickly and going straight for DF2. The pusher, Ozone there, a legend in the Ultimate Challenge. Record-breaking 4-time Ultimate Challenge winner. Ball and chain, the first and only clusterbot here in MRW. DF2, former Legends champion and a winner of the Christmas Feast tournament, would certainly want this. But that flail there, that sort of mace, you could say, of Ball and Chain coming in on DF2. DF2 now pushing into Ball. But Chain there hitting on Ozone at the moment with that mace right now. DF2 now has been caught on the flipper of Ozone. And Ozone gets the lifter up. It's an old robot Ozone really, isn't it? But it's still working, and DF2 has been lifted up. And I think that might be DF2 out of it here. And the clusterbot's still working right now, just gang mauling Ozone right now. But Ozone, oh, nice flip there by Ozone, and lifts up Ball. I think Ball might be out as well. Chain trying to go for the pit release button right now and does get it. Pit button goes down. DF2 is pretty much out of it. Ozone with a big flip there onto Chain, and Chain's been pitted. The clusterbot rules say that both clusterbots need to be defeated before they can be eliminated fully, and I think Ozone is just doing a bit of sweeping, bit of cleanup work. DF2 is hanging on to the pit right now. He's gone, and also Ball is gone. Ozone, the winner, and will take the final spot in next week's Legends Annihilator.
Cease.
Well, Ozone just showing that it's still got it right now here in MRW. Ozone, a legendary Ultimate Challenge competitor, through to the Legends Annihilator later in the series. In fact, next week, our special, that is. But next up, it's time for another tournament. It's the return of the Champion of Champions again. And it's Demon Horns, Diamondstorm renewing once again their epic rivalry from earlier in this series with their third match against each other in this series of Legends. Winner goes through to the Champion of Champions quarterfinals.
Introducing the Masterath Robot Wars Legends Champion, Diamondstorm.
And here is the MRW Legends Champion, Diamondstorm. Diamondstorm won 2 Legends Championships to earn its spot here in the MRW Champion of Champions tournament. Most recently winning its record-breaking 3rd Legends Championship 2 weeks ago against its opponent here tonight. Both robots have a victory over each other in this series of Legends in what is now going to be known as a trilogy of matches. Last time out, Diamondstorm beat both Hypno-Edge and Adema in the main event of the last episode of Legends to keep the run going on its record-breaking 3rd MRW Legends Championship reign.
And introducing its opponent, Demon Horns.
And next up, a constant thorn in the Legends Champion side. The only robot to beat Diamondstorm in this series of Legends, it's Demon Horns. Demon Horns defeated Diamondstorm by flipping it out of the arena in one of the greatest battles in Legends history a month ago to win its 2nd MRW Legends Championship. That reign would last only 2 weeks when Diamondstorm won the Legends Championship back a fortnight ago. But Demon Horns is back and looking for more championships. Just possibly, the MRW Champion of Champions could be in Demon Horns' sights.
Roboteers, stand by. 3, 2, 1, activate.
And here we go again. Demon Horns and Diamondstorm, probably one of the biggest rivalries in this series of Legends so far. These two have fought twice before, each getting a win and winning the Legends Championship as a result. Legends title not on the line in this match, but a chance at the quarterfinals of the Champion of Champions is on the line. Demon Horns at the moment in trouble into Bolgan and CPZ. Diamondstorm trying to get Demon Horns out of the arena right now, as done previously when it won its third record-breaking Legends Championship. Demon Horns beat Diamondstorm a few weeks ago to win the Legends Championship itself. So both robots certainly able to beat the other here. It's very interesting to see who's going to win this trilogy. Is it going to be Demon Horns? Is it going to be Diamondstorm? Demon Horns gets underneath the back of Diamondstorm! And the Legends Champion is gone in round 1 of the Champion of Champions. Demon Horns flips Diamondstorm out of the arena. And well, Diamondstorm is lucky that the Legends title's not on the line here. It's still the Legends Champion, but it's out of the Champion of Champions. Demon Horns going through to the quarterfinals.
Cease.
Well, what a performance there from Demon Horns, getting underneath and getting behind Diamondstorm. Very difficult to do against such a maneuverable robot, and flipping it out of the arena. Demon Horns winning the trilogy 2-1, but more importantly, going through to the quarterfinals of the Champion of Champions. And now, folks, it's time for our main event. It's Arrowhead 2, the MRW Judgement Champion, taking on its opponents. It's Masak, the #1 contender.
Introducing Masak.
And here is the #1 contender for the MRW Judgement Championship, the full-body flipper, Masak. Masak defeated the Obliterator and Transpar last week in a #1 contenders match to get this opportunity. It's a powerful full-body flipper that is also invertible, allowing it to make it to a Grand Final Eliminator once before. This robot is also a former MRW Legends champion, winning the championship over 10 years ago.
And introducing its opponent, the Masterath Robot Wars Judgement Champion, Arrowhead 2.
And here is the reigning Judgement Champion, Arrowhead 2. Arrowhead 2 beat a recently rebuilt AK-1 to win the Judgement Championship, becoming only the second robot to win the Legends Triple Crown, for winning the Legends, Judgement, and Tag Team Championships. The only other robot that's done that is Torto Terra. Last time out, Arrowhead 2 used strategy to beat Catalyst, using strategy and the CPZs to give Catalyst undoubtedly the biggest beating of its long tenure here in MRW. This robot has been taking names and turning heads, but will it be as fighting a champion as it was in its long Legends Championship reign?
Roboteers, stand by. 3, 2, 1, activate.
And here we go, the main event of the 60th episode of Masterath Robot Wars Legends. The Judgement Championship on the line. It's Arrowhead 2, one of the longest reigning Legends champions in history. It's Masak, one of the longest reigning Legends champions in the original run of Legends. In fact, it was Arrowhead 2 who beat Masak's record for the longest reign. Obviously, that record's been beaten by a couple of robots since: Dragoo, Crush Syndrome, Diamondstorm, but Arrowhead 2, one of the biggest fighting champions, and using strategy at the moment here against Masak. First White Lightning CPZ, now Bolganon's, and Bolganon grabbing down onto Masak and a shove into the eastern side wall of the arena. Oh! And Bolganon's been flipped now. Oh! So close! Oh, how close was that? First off, Bolganon's been flipped again, and then this. Wow, so close was Arrowhead 2 to being flipped out of the arena there. The power of Masak's full body flipper on full display right now. But Arrowhead 2, so close to going out there. And Masak now is getting the flips in here on Arrowhead 2. This tide of the battle has changed. And Masak has flipped Arrowhead 2 again, and is pushing Arrowhead 2 and Bolganon into the side wall. Masak with a big push right there. Oh, I see what they've done. I see what they've done. Arrowhead 2 is pretty much underneath Bolganon here, and I don't think Arrowhead 2 can right itself from there. Has Masak just out-strategized Arrowhead 2? I don't think Arrowhead 2 can right itself from there, you know. They need to keep the title right now. Bill's coming in. And this is bad for the champion. The champion's in trouble. But can Arrowhead 2 right itself here? Bill having a bit of a look at the moment. The count is on. The champion's got 10 seconds to right itself. It's trying frantically to right itself here. Masak might have just got this. So close. No, it's over. And Arrowhead 2 has lost the Judgement Championship. Masak has out-strategized Arrowhead 2. And Masak is the new Judgement Champion here. Oh, and Arrowhead 2, just a little bit of revenge here on White Lightning. Pit button goes down. Arrowhead 2 thinks, right, well, if I'm going, I'm going to take some of you with me, I think. But now I come the House Rebels. White Lightning comes in. Bloodshed with the lifting arms. But there's Arrowhead 2. Oh! Well, he did take someone with him. He certainly did. That's Bloodshed in the pit by Arrowhead 2. Taking one of the House Rebels with you. Fair play to Arrowhead 2 there. But Masak. Great strategy by Masak. And Masak is your new MRW Judgement Champion.
Cease.
Well, what a main event there. Masak using strategy over power in the end to beat Arrowhead 2 and becomes the new MRW Judgement Champion. And next week, folks, we're going to be having one hell of an episode of Legends. We have the Annihilator. The Legends Annihilator 2021 is going to be on the full screen here in that episode, where we have all 6 of our Legends Annihilator qualifiers, winners, taking each other on in the main event. In an Annihilator format battle, one robot gets knocked out in each round until we have just one left, who will be the Legends Annihilator Champion. Well, folks, that is it from episode number 60 of Masterath's Robot Wars Legends. I hope you've all enjoyed it. I'm Masterath, and remember, folks, you can't spell FMRW without MRW. We'll see you next week for episode 61 with the Legends Annihilator. I'll see you then.
Gonna crash and break your savior.